Hi guys. So what I want to talk about today is about you being your own biggest obstacle. Now there is a book called something along the lines of "You are your biggest enemy." And so what I see, the meaning I see in this is that often on your path to achieving success, the biggest obstacle would really be yourself. Either that being your ego or your fears or whatever, but it's always yourself. Yeah, fair enough, there might be some other obstacles like, I don't know, enemies or whatever. Um, but you are always yourself, your own biggest obstacle. And I'm gonna explain why, and I'm gonna explain why that is so and how you can actually go through it. Um, Now, why are you your own biggest obstacle? I think that's because think about, for example, the gym. Okay, the way you build muscles in the gym is by overloading your muscle, thus breaking the tissue, and when it's broken, it needs to repair itself, and when it does, it gets bigger. Okay, that's how muscle work. But whilst it's when it's broken and when it's repairing, it's not as good when it wasn't. Do you know what I mean? And so your mind knows this. You know that subconsciously. So you don't think about it, but you know that on a subconscious level. And so your mind will try to protect yourself from this risk. You know, because our minds are still formed from the Stone Age people. You know, the kind of people who would hunt at animals, you know, or collect like little berries. You know what I mean? They would sleep in caves and stuff. So back then, you really needed this system because it allows you to survive. But we no longer live in those times, and so right now, say if you break your muscle tissue, you're not going to have to fight a lion the next day like the people in Stone Age has to do. Um, and so there isn't any reason to keep that muscle weak when you can break it and make it stronger. Do you know what I mean? But that's not only on the physical muscle level; it's also on the mental level. So think about you reaching your path to success. For example, you want to become, my favorite, a successful businessman. Now, right before you start, there'll be a million thoughts in your mind on why you shouldn't do this. Uh, the reason for this is basically risk, because, well, you're on your path to success, you have to take risks. Everyone knows that, but risks are risks, and that means that could be, and there probably will be bad outcomes. And your mind knows that, and your mind tries to protect you from those bad outcomes. I'll give you an example. Say you have €1,000 in your bank and you have to invest them in your business. You're probably gonna lose all that money because that's what happens at the start. You know, when I was starting with my dropshipping business, I also lost a lot of money. Matter of fact, I'm still losing it, but that's the way it goes. You know what I mean? You can't really start being successful just from the get go. You have to go through some losses, and all your mind is trying to do is to keep you at the same level you was before. So your level was €1,000 in your bank account and zero risks, and so your mind tries to keep you there. Now slowly this money will start getting eat out by your bad habits, like, I don't know, fucking Netflix subscription or just some donuts you bought at a station. But your mind doesn't worry much about that because those are like, yeah, well, whatever, it's food, you know what I mean? But your mind does worry about business because, oh my god, all this money's gone. And but it's really, you know, I had a guy I knew. He always said that it's learning money. You know, the money you have to spend to learn something. So when you lose that first $1,000, it's really, you didn't lose that. You paid that money to learn something. Now your mind doesn't understand this. It tries to protect you because it doesn't want you to be on a lower level. But it's actually, you actually learn things when you're losing stuff. You learn things when you make mistakes. And when you realize that, when you understand that it's okay, and you should actually start losing and making mistakes when you realize that you're no longer afraid. And when you're no longer afraid, you're in control of your mind and you're unstoppable. Okay? So a bit deeper on why are you unstoppable then? If you control your emotions, if you control your fears, what can possibly stop you? Imagine a guy and he's stone broke. He is like, I don't know, $0 in his bank account, okay? But he wants to become a millionaire. And this guy has like zero emotions. Like this guy is fucking fearless. He'll be a millionaire in a fucking year, if not less. He'll sure enough start with a fucking cleaning job, okay? Because cleaning, everyone can do cleaning, okay? He'll earn like, say, $2,000 with it, okay? Then he'll go to another job. He'll earn $4,000 with it. Then with those money, he can start his online business. His online business may sure enough fail, but then he can just go back to his job, make those thousands of money again, and then start his business again, okay? And then he'll just be rich. Just nothing will stop him, okay? Because this guy doesn't have emotion. And then we take you do have emotion. And so first, from the get-go, you're broke and you're already depressed, okay? You're not feeling like you're gonna be rich in a year. And so it's difficult from the start, okay? You go to the cleaning job, you earn the 2,000 euros, but you still feel like shit, you know what I mean? Then you start your business, it fails, and you feel like shit, and your mind is making you depressed, and it's hard, and it's a struggle. And this journey to your success will take much longer, if you will ever reach that success, than if you didn't have those emotions, if you didn't have those internal blockades that stop you from being successful. And here's an interesting thing. When you're in control of your mind, when you don't really care about emotions, stuff like that, I often think about this. 2 hours a day is literally all you need. Like 2 hours a day. And the thing about those 2 hours a day is, it looks, a lot of people would say like 2 hours a day. What can you do in 2 hours a day? Like, it's just, come on, you can't build a business in that. But it's 2 hours a day is really way more difficult to do than you think, because you can sure enough do 2 hours a day for like 3 days, but when you have to keep that for a month, that is going to be a way harder task. But guess what? 2 hours a day for a year, that's about 700 hours. That's a lot of hours. You can build a business. You can build a successful business in those hours. Yet it was only 2 hours a day. And a lot of people, basically 99% of people, can't do that because they have their emotions stopping them. For example, right now, this moment, I should be sleeping. I'm over my sleeping time. But I know that I have to upload a video every Thursday. That's just a rule in my mind. And even though my emotions and my feelings tell to me, well, it doesn't matter, nobody's gonna watch it anyways, I still upload it because it's just my mind. I just need to upload the video every week, and I'm not fully in control of my mind, but I'm enough in control to make myself go through these feelings, go above my emotions, and still do things. You know what I mean? So what it comes down to is that really, the girl who controls his emotions, controls his feelings, is absolutely unstoppable. A strong masculine guy who doesn't really care about anything, he only cares about his goals, and he goes to his goals, is absolutely unstoppable. Nothing and no one can stop him except himself, of course, if he does get those emotions. So that was actually it. I hope you enjoyed the video, and I see you next week. Bye.